I just thought I'd show you some things. Just going back to November. So back then I was starting to work on like postcards. That's where I had a trowel on my hats. I'm such a horrible person. But yeah, I was working on postcards back then. Had a whole bunch made and sold to the store. And sell them at the market there. I was doing this to try and make some sort of income. And I'm not a very good salesman, and I know that. And that's why, like, yeah. I was trying everything I could, you know? I mean, little produce store, little food cart thing. It's easier that way because, you know, people need to eat. But I had been working on my photography. That's when this was after I had to go up to the hospital. I had up at OHSU, and I got a scan up there on my spine, on my neck. See this here, and all they were doing. These are older pictures than when I went up there. What they did is they confirmed, you know, the stuff I had the pictures, my selfie pictures. I had those, but I didn't have the pictures showing the damage in my neck, and so the damage in my neck, right here. So that can cause me to go quadriplegic. So I was very, you know, imagine what I was willing to sacrifice to try and do my best for someone. And this is from 3 years ago. The damages are worse. So if it makes it kind of easier, they want to cut, so like right in here, that's this little foggy part right here, just below that weird line. They want to cut through my neck, move the artery out of the way to remove where you see, basically all the way down to 5. And they want to replace those with cadaver ones and then fuse it. So just going through my throat, I was looking at like a 40% chance of dying on the table there. Removing the bones, stuff like that, I'm running another risk. Where you see that this gray line that goes all the way up and down my neck, that's my spinal cord. And see where it goes from white and then suddenly it's into it? It's not going to take much for me to go completely paralyzed, but some people just didn't seem to care or understand that. But I still kept going. Kept doing everything I could. Trying to do my photography stuff. All that. I was trying to keep busy because if you haven't noticed, I'm alone all the time. These are old pictures. Back when we were actually happy and as far as I knew, my child actually liked me. But I think a lot of this was because she was more excited to go see Phil. This was pretty much most of my relationship with her, is her sleeping. And if she wasn't sleeping, she was always at somebody else's house or what have you. My Mr. Bear. But that's been pretty much our relationship. Like after the teen and Phil thing, and then moving, it was just like, yeah, everything went to shit. Some of the dinners I cook. See, I was a piece of shit at home. I cooked 99% of the dinners. And a lot of these, like, see, she did a good job on potatoes. That was another thing she was good at. But that's what I was doing. My movie collection. And if you notice, there really isn't anything that's hinting to a bunch of issues or problems. Because we weren't really having a lot. We had arguments, we had some spats. I had my meds and all that stuff, and we were doing pretty good. And I think a lot of this is because some people are shaming her for being with somebody like me, like her family. The abuse for me never stopped, like I said. It just never stopped. I went from my mom and my brother and my dad and my mom's side of the family to, because she had connected with my mom's side of the family after me, that abuse transferred from them to her and my child. And it just never ended. And then it came through even with their family, as in her side of the family. And so it just never stopped. And I was always to blame no matter what. And all I ever wanted to do is just put some fucking effort into the relationship and quit leaving it on me. This was pretty much all it was for me, alone. All the time. So this is when I had to go meet up with her, if I remember right, with her, about her car, her new car. This this is all I got, years of just being alone. This is what I would do because I didn't have anybody around, and the person that I had hoped would be around was just too busy. Little close-ups of the snow in the bed of my truck. Looks like other shit, and I know some other people are thinking that. See, and then I started doing stuff like this.
What's up? Welcome to...
That was in my Lost in Thought channel. AI art. I was challenging the AI because they're supposed to keep you from doing that, and I just thought it was funny that you could still do that. I actually forgot those were even there. My asshole merit badge. So this is where one of my tumors started to rupture. See, I was doing a whole lot of AI art. So that's why I was doing that with those other ones down below, because you see, it's just transitioning. I used some of these for shirts, but this was like day 2 after my tumor ruptured. Day 3, day 4. I don't even know why some of those are on there. I was a horrible person. I did my best to try and make sure dinner was done every night. I kept myself busy.
Hello, what's up? My name's Jason.
See, we were doing great, but somehow it was toxic at home, and it's because somebody just kept going and talking shit. This is all I was doing. See, my vids is working on my little Lost in Thought channel, just trying to keep busy. Doing all this shit. But I was toxic. See, I was alone.
Ready to go in, Momo?
I was always alone.
Come on, puppies.
Thanks, Sheila. Yes.
Messing with my puppies. This was my mom when I went up to go not the dog, obviously. When I went to go see her finally when she was at the facility after she had her strokes. So this whole time, while somebody's out fucking around, seeing other people, I'm not stupid. When you're saying you're interested, you have to be spending time with that person to gain any interest. I was out trying to keep myself busy, trying to do what I need, just trying to keep my sanity. All that. I couldn't just outwork all the time, and that's, yeah. I got this. I couldn't help it. This is an episode of Charlie Brown that never was released to like tape or video. I wonder who was sitting in front of me that day. They were doing a control burn. Yep. This is right after I got my arrows and stuff for my bow. They've been working on the shells. I got the shells from her friends that, you know, she likes to talk about a lot and likes to talk a lot of shit too, a lot about me. But this is all I was doing. And then, yeah. This is all the stuff I was doing. It's the AI. This is for like Asperger's. I decided do something that kind of show the mind what it's like when you're just alone all the time. You don't have anybody. It's forgotten. See, if you notice, I'm always reading shit, learning shit, doing this stuff.
Hey there, guys.
For being toxic, I was doing my best to keep busy. I was doing things that I needed to do, at least there at the house and the property. I was trying to keep up with everything. And I just couldn't keep up. Never had anybody make me feel so fucking worthless in my life other than my own mother's family. And this is what I've been doing the whole time. These, I ordered 2 of these and donated them to a friend of mine out there in Palestine, Ohio, because they were needing water out there. I was like, well, you know, you're still gonna need to somehow filter that shit, and this might be a way to help, and it was helping. Oh my god, I'm gonna miss that Chinese food. I loved that stuff. I have this thing where if I eat something and it's really good and I can't help it, I start to kind of dance in my seat. But see, this is what I was doing with my time while I was waiting for her. And being called toxic. While being called a monster and abusive. I was cooking her dinners. I was trying to take care of the home. All that. See this? I keep keep that in my wallet. This was a tip that was given to me when I was working at Little Amsterdam. And a customer handed it to me and basically told me that what they thought of me, because I wasn't basically liberal enough. Just say it that way. Yoo-hoo. Yeah, don't mind that thing there, because some of the shit people sit there and kind of start to argue, so you pull it up and you show it to them like, what the fuck. My doogie boy. And this isn't actually a racist thing. That's actually real. I know some people were looking at that going, is this like a race thing? No, it's not. It's actually a real thing. But this is what it's been like the whole time. Just keeping busy. As I said, waiting for her to come home. Alone. You notice this? I'm alone all the time. All the time. Just had my Mr. Bear around. And really the only time I got a lot of access to other people, realistically, is when I went to go see my mom and dad. That's my brother, my mom, and dad. When we took my mom to the grotto. I just know I'm just so fucking tired of being hated so much when I was doing everything I fucking could. Taking my meds. Was getting help. Was trying to keep busy. Keep positive. Try to do something. Yeah, I have your name tattooed on my butt. See, this is what a toxic person looks like, right? This is what's been going on. They're just sitting around alone, waiting all the time. And this went all the way back to February. This
So much for spring, right?
My daily life.
It's like March 25th. Spring started like a week or two ago.
No, it's just always alone. I'm always alone. But it was always my fault, but she's been spending all her time elsewhere with other people, giving her attention elsewhere, always somewhere else. And yet, you see any fighting happening? Because usually I pop something up and say something. I was having the... Yeah. This is the type of stuff I was doing. I was trying to keep busy. Sorry, that was a picture of some personal information of mine that doesn't need to be there. But I got all kinds of random shit in here, but you'd see that, like... Yeah. That's where I got my chair that she helped get. Blockbuster sign. I spent months alone. The only time I got to see people really was like with my mom.
He's like just about to turn 10 years old.
Hi, Ted. Why you got following me everywhere? Come on, Shadow brother.
My kids. And what makes things hard for me is like, for me, I don't know what my mom was like I said before I was born. My mom kind of had those moments, but I don't like the fact that I had to sort of lose my mom to actually get a mom. This is what it's like being alone all the time.
Yes, it's April 17th.
Well, somebody else is just too busy being infatuated with other people. And I was, again, like I said, I was always the toxic one. I was always to blame, but this is what I've been doing, trying to keep busy. I was trying to sell these. I sold one, and then, yeah. Just doing everything I could. My bro Nate's got that one. My buddy Danny's got that, and I think their mom's got that one, I think. But see, this is what I would be doing. This is from going out on, like, a walk, because every now and then I can go on a walk on the mountain. I was trying to get rid of the vending machine. I went stopped, checked out the school there in town. It's a pretty cool old school. It's up for sale. You can get that a part of it. But this is basically what it was just this entire time. When I got my Rocky Marciano hat from Boston. I'd be up going on walks, going on rides. Out taking pictures because I was alone the whole time. I was working on the gardens. See, this I went through and I kind of pulled some shit out. I was just getting it ready. Just pulled the boards out of this and made it, instead of being sectioned, I made it one large thing. And see, while I was being accused of being toxic and a monster, and they were out seeing other people, I was doing this entire time.
Gotta share some progress. Got all of that broken up and turned. Got all of this broken up and turned. Able to finally get this big tire filled. I mean, I could probably use more, but that'll be good enough. Got my upper bed filled finally and dealt with. Got.
And then I had some others like these. This is what I was doing while she was out doing her thing. See that back in April? She stopped making payments to the electric bill on April 11th, and the bill as of today was like $409. But this is all I could do. I was alone all the time. I was trying to keep busy. I was trying to do things, work on the property, as you could see, while everybody else was being told I was this big piece of shit. I had to... Here's the thing. When I got this, because I needed it for my... I needed the help on the property because I couldn't keep pulling everything around. See, yeah, that was from them paying me back from the times I got thrown in jail for things I didn't do. But I was being toxic. This whole time I was being toxic. This is another area. I'm pretty sure I found almost every rock there, and it's the reason why there's this place called Rocky Point. But this is what I do.
What's up?
See? This is what a toxic guy looks like when he's sitting around at home waiting for his fiance to come home and finally have a relationship with him. He goes out and starts planting everything, for most part, on his own, while she helped with... Whoops. Over here, some vegetables, which was fine, but that's the thing, is I've been doing this stuff on my own. On my Phillies. Swiss steak. It's what it looks like when you're being toxic, right? And then she got these planted, which was cool. I mean, they look good in there. I appreciated her help, and I just wished we had done this more often. And then this is some opal I found in my yard. And then this was not too long ago. This whole time that I'm doing this and I'm alone, she's out messing around with somebody else. But remember, I'm being toxic. Like I said, I'm being toxic when I'm out alone all the time. Day in and day out for pretty much 4 fucking years. And as soon as I start to get a job and start working and start to get some hours, this stuff happens. This rock, you don't see it too easy with it, this one. No, it's up further. See? out planting. That was when I went out to plant the corn. I was being lazy. See? I was being lazy. I wasn't doing anything. I was being toxic. I was being mean. I was fighting. It was all my fault. This whole time behind my back, she was out cheating on me. Imagine if I sat and told her one day, I've been interested in somebody else and I'm leaving you. And it's like, what the fuck? This whole time, I'm sitting here doing this stuff. I've been... Yeah. Because I haven't had anybody. She left me alone. All the time. I could have chose to go out and do what other people would do and probably go cheat and fuck around and be unfaithful like somebody else. But I didn't. This is what I did. Before, after. This is what I did with my time while I waited for her. Every fucking day. And then I find out she cheats on me.